how to get a new rep started within 72 hours. The key here is Hey, Rick Roberry here, Mr. Day One. I'm island hopping in the South Pacific. I mean, it's a wonderful place to call work, because everywhere I am, I can work, right? Because of all of the amazing platforms that we have right now. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to get a new rep started within 72 hours. Now, my network marketing friends out there should really like this, because this, as an 8-figure earner in the network marketing industry, okay, I can tell you that this works, and it works every single time. And the bottom line is that everybody that you bring into the business recruits their first person in the first 72 hours. What would your organization look like? You just have to ask yourself that, you know? It'd be a total different game, guys. And so this is kind of what I want to do. First of all, you know the goal is to get your new recruit, to get a new person recruited within 72 hours. Now, the reason for that is retention, because what happens is that, you know, when people don't recruit anybody, they quit very quickly. People can stay excited for a day or 2 or 3 or 4. Beyond that, it's really tough though. And so within 72 hours they recruit somebody. Now they're accountable to that person, they stay, retention is better, and this is the business. Network marketing, guys, is the business of retention. If you kept every single person that ever came into your business for 5 years, okay, there would be a total different income result than it turns out to be, where most people kind of give up early on in the game. This is a way to ensure the highest level of retention. So the first thing that you do with a new rep when you bring them in is not say, hey, go get a hold of somebody, and if they're interested, give me a call. You've already failed, okay? You got to get engaged. You got to get in the trenches with that new person every single time. And so what you do is, number one, is a name list. Now, you don't just say, go out there and get a name, get a few names, and then call them, and when they're interested, you know, I'll talk to them. What you do is you sit down with them, you take a memory jogger, which you can get online anywhere, okay? And that tells you, you know, who lives next door to you, who's your aunt, your uncle, and then you want to just go down and create as many names on that list as you can, because the bottom line is if somebody only has 5 names and one says no, they think they got a 20% chance of losing, right? That's 20% of their market gone. If they got 100 names, it doesn't matter. You just keep going, keep going, keep going. So you have the name list, you get through that name list. Now, okay, it's important, once you have that name list, which is their inventory in the business, it's like opening a store with product on the shelf, right? That's what it is in this business. And so what we do, okay, is now what we gotta decide, okay, what's the objective, what's the goal? That new recruit, and remember, you have to give them a business plan. You have to create a pathway for success. You have to give them expectations and timelines, because we know where we are right now, but if the results out here, you can't just say, I wanna be here. You gotta take the necessary steps to get there. And I'll do another video just on business plans, okay? But here's what we do. Number one, we gotta know what to say when we talk to these people. And so you gotta learn some power phrases, right? And power phrases simply mean ways to generate interest or for them to respond to you in a positive way that you want to hear. For example, let's say that you contact somebody and you say, you know, Bob, what if I knew in reality that we could retire in 5 to 15 years earlier than our present plan? Would you want me to tell you about it or keep it a secret, right? And nobody loves secrets, so they always say, oh, tell me about it, Bob. Tell me about it, Rick. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, or you can say, you know, there's a lot of power phrases, but what I want to do right now is give you the idea of the power phrase. The goal of the power phrase is to get them on a 10 to 15 minute, okay, introduction call with a qualified upline person that can explain something, just an introduction to what we do, not the whole PowerPoint presentation, nothing like that. And you need to go upline till you find somebody who's been here long enough where they've got the skill set to do this effectively in 10, 15 minutes. That's all it is, just a touch, just for them. And all you say to them is you say, you know, if you say, you know, if I could show you a way that would be financially beneficial to you, would you find a way to carve out 20 or 30 minutes to learn more? If they say, well, sure, you say, great. And then this is what you say next. Let me put you on a phone or a Zoom call with my business partner for just 10 or 15 minutes where he can explain more in detail. Okay? Is today or tomorrow a good time for that? Would tomorrow, great. Would 6 or 8 o'clock be better? Great. You see, and you always ask them 2 times that both of them are yeses. Don't say, is tomorrow good? You just say, is 6 or 8? Is today or tomorrow? Is this week, next week? And if they say no, you just take the next day. If they say no, you just take the next day, right? Until finally they say yes to you, to one of those amazing questions that you've just asked within your power phrase structure, okay? So you ask them that, you get them on the phone call with somebody. Guys, the whole goal of this call, if this 10 to 15 minute call, is to make them feel like they're important, and number one, that there's qualified people beyond the person, you, that maybe just started last week. Confidence in training, confidence in the company. And in that 10 to 15 minute, they got to sell credibility, credibility, credibility. But this is the most important thing. All great leaders, guys, inspire people. So you got to qualify, you got to get somebody to do these calls that inspire people. And then you know what you do? You know what you do? Leaders that can do these calls and can inspire, you got to block out hours every day, and you should be having a dozen, 10, 20 of these 10 to 15 minute calls going all day long. If you got your army of people out there, you newbies out there, with the proper power phrase, with the right name list, doing this, your schedule is going to be boom, 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 just like that. And you're going to be sorting and sifting at such a speed, guys, that momentum will be created, and these people will stay in the business with you forever. Because when you're in momentum, nobody quits. When you lose it, everybody's gone. So that's the magic to the business. The key in this business, and the truth is, you can do just about anything wrong, everything wrong, except for inviting. If you learn how to be an effective inviter to the message, inviting people to hear the message, right, you can succeed in this business and make a fortune at it. Okay, so the key here is to sort and sift and qualify these prospects. So you're going to get them on a call, a 10 or 15 minute introduction call, and then what you're going to do is you're going to send them a link to a video or something, give them a little more information. Once they've seen that, and your 10 to 15 minute presenter is going to challenge them to go to the next piece of information, which is the link to the video or a little further explanation. It doesn't have to be long, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, right? And you'll have lots of company videos that can explain these things. Now, once they've watched the video and you've already preset up a phone call or a Zoom call back with them, just you and them, then this is the question that you ask them. And this is the most important thing in the world, guys, because this closes the deal. When you're talking about sorting and sifting, the bottom line is that you got to figure out what their interests are. If you just start talking, you can go on for 2 hours, just jawing it, right? And the bottom line is that they don't care what you think. They don't care what you say. They got questions. They got feelings. And until you address that, guess what? They don't hear anything you're saying. And so this is what you do. You say to them, look, Bob, when I'm looking at a new project like this, I qualify myself as a 1, a 2, or a 3. What that means is, number 1, I want to be a rep like you. I want to make money sharing this information, right? Number 2, I just want to be a customer. I love the products and services, but I'm happy with my job now, and I don't need more income. And number 3, no, Bob, no, I'm not interested right now. I'm not interested right now. And see, and then when they say 1, 2, or 3, don't try to change their minds. That's it. If they say 1, you say, great, fantastic. Okay, let me get you on the phone with that guy we talked to earlier, and let's get your business plan created and get you started on a pathway to success. If they say number 2, we want to be a customer, you say, fantastic. We got so many products. It's all about financial fitness. We got all kinds of things going on out there, Then what we do is then we get them to whatever the product and services that you're selling. Then you get them to that, qualify them for what's going to be best for them. And here's the most important part, guys, and this is the one that's hardest for people because nobody likes a no, all right? If they say a no, I'm a 3 right now, in other words, I'm not interested right now, they're not saying no to you. They're just saying, based on the information I've seen so far, I'm not interested at this time. That's it. And you know what you say when they do that? Now let me tell you what somebody that fails says. Somebody that fails says, oh no, what did I do wrong? I must be a loser. That's wrong business. I need to go back to selling clothes at the store, right? That's what they say. You know what the winner does? Great. Man, thank you for being so honest with me. Some people just keep me going on and on. My time's important. So thank you so much for doing that for me. So thank you so much. Here, just give me the names of 3 people that you know. I can just do the same thing. Just share the information with them. Give them a chance to tell me if they're 1, 2, or 3, and we'll just go from there. Okay? And you know what? They're always going to give you those referrals, guys. Now, why? Why? See, because what this does, it turns 1 no into another potential 3 yeses. These 3s are very positive. That's why you say, great. It's the biggest great that you do, right? And so what happens now is here they are. They've said, I'm a 3. You said, I want referrals, and they'll give you that because they're guilty. They feel guilty because they said no to a really nice person. You've been so considerate. You've been so respectful of them. You haven't tried to push them or sell them stuff, right? They say, yeah, it's all right. I can talk to my friends like you just talked to me. But if you've been pressuring them, if you've been trying to sell them, if you've been trying to talk them out of being a 3, well, why? Why don't you become a 2? If they're a 3, they're a 3 right now. If you agree with them, you'll have another chance later, and I'll tell you how that works, okay? This is how it works. Very, very cool, okay? Called backdoor recruiting. So we're gonna go out there and we're gonna talk to Sally, that was one of the 3 that Bob gave me. And so we're gonna go out, we're gonna give Sally the information. We're gonna say, Sally, are you a 1, 2, or 3? He says, man, I'm a 1, I'm all in. And you go, great, let's get you out, you get the path going, right? And the first phone call that you and Sally make together is to Bob. And you just say, Bob, thank you so much. Sally's gonna get totally engaged in the business, and I believe she's gonna make a ton of money because she's a hard worker, right? And so we just wanted to thank you. And Sally says, yeah, thanks, Bob, man, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Just thank you so much for referring Rick to me, because I believe that this is gonna change my life. Now what's Bob thinking? Bob's thinking, damn, what did I just do? Whoa, 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 wait a minute now. Wait a minute now, Rick, Sally. You know what, maybe I ought to check this out just a little bit more. You cannot imagine how many times this works. Now, as I end, think about this. If you had your entire team doing what I just explained to you with every new rep that comes in over and over and over and over again, bottom line, guys, is that your actions will be massive, right? And your business plan will fill with action, will fill with content, and that result will actually happen rather than it just being a pipe dream. Please tune in for more of these videos, guys. I choose a lot of different topics. I've been in the game for 30 years plus. I've done this. I've made a lot of money out of it. I have a lot of success. And I appreciate all of you today. But the bottom line is if you start a new rep in network marketing the right way, they'll stay with you, and the people that they bring in will stay with you. And this is a business of retention. Love you all. Mr. Day One out from somewhere in the South Pacific.